Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to drop the beans into the hopper up here. We'll open this. This will then funnel the beans down through the hopper into the drum inside the roaster. Initially, we leave the heat off. Once the drum is warm, that allows the beans to kind of absorb the heat from the drum. And then as the beans progress through the roast, we turn on the air, get some good convection, heating going on through the beans as well. Throughout the roast, we're also checking the beans. So we have a trier, we can pull out a small sample of beans to test the aroma and the color of the beans, make sure that they're progressing how we want them to. All that information is being fed into the control panel here. And we have different temperature gauges. We have our drum speed, our exhaust fan, our timer, our gas pressure. All that's being fed then into the computer, where it'll give us a roasting graph showing us how the roast is progressing. Throughout the roast, the beans will be kind of like a grassy smell, flavor, if you will. Then they'll progress into more your bready pasta type, and then in that good coffee smell we all know and love. Once the coffee hits the mark that we're looking for, we go ahead and drop it into the cooling tray. Once in the cooling tray, the arms will spin the beans around as the air is being pulled down through them. So it cools it off very quickly. We don't want the beans to stay at room temperature after we drop them, because the beans will continue to develop. We want them to cool off, stop developing, so that we can control the flavor. With a light roast, means that the beans are dropped early on in the roast, so you still have a lot of acidity within the beans that hasn't been removed yet. They aren't as bitter. As we progress in the roast, that acidity is going to come down and the bitterness will come up. So a darker roast, like a French roast that you might get from Starbucks, might be a bit bitter, with practically no acidity at all within it. So it just means that it's dropped further on in the roast. It's really a preference for taste and basically the acidity in it. A lot of people assume that coffee that is lighter roasted has more caffeine than beans that are dark roasted, but in reality, actually, there's not much difference in the caffeine content of the beans.